Arsenal versus Real Madrid on the Champions League. Finally, the long-awaited day is here. The Champions League night is here. The quarterfinals is here for the Champions League. And the question is this, will Arsenal beat Real Madrid? Or is it going to be the other way around, that Real Madrid will beat Arsenal? Does Arsenal stand a chance of beating Real Madrid? Those are questions that every other Arsenal fan and everybody is asking themselves about this game. Now, on this video, ladies and gentlemen, this is the match preview between this very beautiful and very competitive game of football between Arsenal and Real Madrid. On this video, expect to get the predicted lineup that Mikel Arteta should be using against the Real Madrid. Equally, I'll talk about the predicted score that is going to be the outcome of this game. Equally, I'll talk about the expectations of Arsenal fans about this game, Arsenal versus Real Madrid. Of course, I will go the Arsenal way. I will analyze this game the Arsenal way because I am a true Arsenal fan, a Ghana for life. Ladies and gentlemen, we are playing against Real Madrid, and as you're going to play with Real Madrid, this is going to be one of those tough games that you're going to face this season. And like I've always said, ladies and gentlemen, it only takes you to beat the best team to be able to win the Champions League. If you don't beat the best, then you cannot even become the winners of the Champions League. And what a better way to get the best team on the Champions League and play with them on the quarterfinals before we even proceed to the semi-finals or even to the finals to even meet other better teams. Now, this Real Madrid, why I'm saying it's going to be a very tough game for us, is due to the fact that this is the team that basically has the most Champions Leagues. And everybody in this world, every hater of Arsenal, every opponent of Arsenal, everybody that doesn't like Arsenal is predicting that Arsenal will lose this game to Real Madrid. In fact, even some Arsenal fans are thinking that Real Madrid will beat us. They do not have that confidence. But what I'm trying to tell you tonight is that believe. What I'm trying to tell you right now is that you ought to have that hope that truly we can actually go there and win this game. Now, why am I saying so? We have not been playing with the Real Madrid for a very long time, and so you cannot tell how the game is going to be, because the last time we played with the Real Madrid was a very long time ago. As you're going to play with them right now, I try to look at how Real Madrid is playing and the way we are playing, and I can tell you we have some strength. Even them, they have some strength on some positions. And then on some positions, they have weaknesses equally, the same way we have over here at Arsenal. For instance, our defense is looking as good. Our midfield is good. Their attack is superb. And their midfield is also good. It's not badly off. As you're going to play with them, it only means that they have weaknesses. Equally, we also have got weaknesses. So it's just a matter of capitalizing on their weaknesses and making sure that we use them as our advantage as Arsenal. And it is possible. We can actually beat this Real Madrid team. Currently, Real Madrid is sitting at position number 2 on the La Liga behind Barcelona. And remember, they lost their game against Valencia. Yet, Arsenal is sitting at position number 2 also on the Premier League after we got a draw with Everton. Now, as you're going to play with them, it means that these are number 2 teams on home leagues that are meeting each other. But the advantage that we have is that this season, on the Champions League, the new format, Arsenal finished number 3, while Real Madrid even struggled. They had to go to round of 32 to be able to qualify. Another thing that I will tell you about this game is due to the fact that our star boy Bukayo Saka is back. So which means that our attacking front has been rejuvenated. In as much as we lost Gabriel Magalhaes, after seeing the way Kiwior played against Everton, I can tell you that we have gotten a cover-up for that number for Gabriel Magalhaes. Anyway, I've talked about that one then, I think I'm going to go straight up and try and see who is going to play on this game between Arsenal and Real Madrid, and especially who will play for Arsenal. This is the predicted lineup that I anticipate Mikel Arteta to begin with. Goalkeeper, of course, it has to be David Raya. How many games has David Raya played? So many of them, and he has been very brilliant. Center backs, I'm going to go, of course, with Saliba and Kiwior on this game. Left back, I will go with Lewis Kelly. Right back, I'm going to go with Timber because he played against Everton and it looks like he is okay. And then Thomas Partey was rested. So CDM, number 6, I'm going to play with Thomas Partey. Declan Rice as number 8, Odegaard at number 10. And then up front, left wing, that is number 11, Martinelli. And if we get a Martinelli that has been playing, especially on that game against Fulham, and the few minutes that he played against Everton, then I can assure you we are in for a very good show by Martinelli. And then right wing, of course, Bukayo Saka, Starboy, has to begin. And then at number 9, this is where I'm going to go different from what other people want. I will play with the Trossard rather than Merino. Remember, we are playing at the Emirates Stadium and we must win this game. We must score. Mandatory. If we win this game, and maybe by a good margin, say of 3-0 or at least 2-0 and above, it only means as you are going to go to the Bernabeu, we can play the quote-unquote dark art football that we played, and especially against teams on the English Premier League, and especially on that first round of the Premier League. Now, after looking at the predicted lineup, the next thing is my predicted score on this game. I will go easy win for Arsenal of 2-0 or 3-0. That is my prediction. I don't foresee a situation where Real Madrid will score against us at the Emirates Stadium. I feel like we will control and score and even play better at the Emirates Stadium and score all those either 2 or 3 goals. That is my prediction. The expectations that we have as Arsenal fans as you're going to play with Real Madrid, number 1, is that as you're going to play with them, let us go play with confidence. We don't need to play with Real Madrid at the Emirates Stadium and look like we are underdogs. Because we can play, we can control, we can pass, we can dribble, we can score. We need to play with ultimate confidence. No underrating, no fearing. Let's give them the game. That is expectation number 1 that we have as Arsenal fans. Number 2, we really hope we are not going to get any more injuries. This thing, I've overemphasized it the whole of this season, and we have really faced lots and lots of injuries. I hope this time around you're not going to get any more injuries. Number 3, we hope not to concede not a single goal, so that we hope not to concede but score, so that we can be able to go at the Bernabeu while we are having a lead. Okay, that one is going to be a very good advantage to us. Another thing, we really hope that our players are going to give us 100% as they are going to play. Players like Odegaard, players like Bukayo Saka, players like even Trossard and Martinelli, because that is the only way we are going to make sure that we are winning this game. And I am confident enough, and I'm trying to speak to you guys who are not believing yet, that truly, if we keep on hoping and believing this game, it is actually a game that we can win. I am confident enough that we can actually win this game against Real Madrid. And after winning, we proceed to the semis, and from the semis, you never know, maybe this is that our year. This is that year that we're going to take this Champions League after not taking it ever. Maybe this is that year for us. We really hope we beat Real Madrid, because if we beat them, it will only give us more confidence as you're going to play with other teams on the semis and even maybe on the finals. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that has been my match preview between Arsenal and Real Madrid on the Champions League quarterfinals. What do you think about my match preview? What do you think about my predicted first 11 that Mikel Arteta should be using? Do you think I got it wrong or right? If you think I got it wrong, you can actually do your own prediction on the comment section there. What do you also think about my predicted score on this game? You can also drop your own predictions on the comment section there, so that you can keep the conversation going. And remember to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video just to support me. Salute.